Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RenderTechnician. Welcome to another episode of RenderTech Classic. In this episode we're going to be playing the original Five Nights at Tubbyland. Obviously it's been remastered 3 times I think. So there's some big changes. Let's first start. One of the biggest changes that... oh, that's quite cool. One of the biggest changes that Katalas Creations has made is that you can no, don't do it. It's a bit sporadic, I have to admit. Is that you can change the AI, because originally what it was like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, in the fact of you just basically had a static screen with numbers, and then you could increase or decrease each animatronic's AI respectively. I like this idea. The only problem is with Dips, he needs to have like locks. So if it was in a specific scene, so say for example you could have a green box over Dipsy, and then when you move out of a square it would allow you to move. Just a thought. Okay, let's get into this. I'm quite interested to see what changes he's made, because in the original playthrough we did, and you can see from the it looks very different. Nunu had a lot of Tinky Winky had a lot of problems just simply because whoa, that's going down quickly. Just simply because he would move really fast. And you have to stop Dipsy. But he's going down very fast. I think it's because it's night 7 and he wants it to be more difficult. But now he seems to have fixed that. You can see Tinky Winky just in there. You can see you can just see like a black pupil with a white circle in it. That is him. So he will come round here into 1B and then move. And I'm not too sure if he's given Poe a load of different frames of animation. So chronologically on the channel, I actually played this game after the first 2 games. I played the second game and the third game. Again, like I said in, I saw Riskroom play this game. This was the original. This is going back a very long time, and you had all the Tubbybots on the title screen, and it was like a remix of a Teletubbies soundtrack, or it might have been a slow down using like Paul Stretcher or something. Okay, parts area. Not much of a classic, because it's just a fact of, hold on, I need to stop talking about interesting facts so we can concentrate. So if Lala is in the left door camera, then you need to obviously close the door. There was a bug in the original version whereby you didn't actually need to close the door. You just needed to hold the camera up, and it was actually more favourable for the player to do that on the 7th night, just simply because Tinky Winky would be like a bullet train from Camp 2A to your office. So the only feasible way to ward him off was to keep your camera up at all times, which basically destroyed the challenge that the game had to offer, because not Nunu, Tinky Winky was so broken that literally you couldn't do the game without glitching it. Now I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I think it's been nerfed in the in this update. The whole thought of I don't know what the background story behind this is. Somebody tries to open a Teletubbies themed restaurant. It goes wrong, and then they open the second restaurant, that goes wrong. The third game, which is a prequel to the first, I believe, is basically in like an abandoned factory, or something along those lines, with heavily vandalised prototypes. Okay, so at 3 AM, there's not really much going on. Obviously, you can see the Teletubbies poster behind. In the original version as well, Crotalus obviously implemented the keyboard in the latest update, but you used to hold a button and used to wind over the over like a spindle, like a wheel, and that would wind it. But no, I do also like this one. It is a bit fast, but then again, that's probably because we're on night 1. And also when what's his name, Dipsy says, "Hey, it sounds like Photo Negative Mickey from 5 Nights at Treasure Island." I don't know whether I mean, Crotalus might have used a soundbite or might have taken inspiration, but my impression of this game now that it's been revamped is good. I think for this game, it had a bit of rough edges when it was first released, but on the whole, I think development of the game has allowed it to be polished reasonably well. In fact, when the developer went from the first build to the second build, and right, I'm going to take this time to just simply close that and leave it be. The developer, Crotalus, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Can somebody please let me know if I'm pronouncing his name right? I got it down to Crolatius or Crotolius, and I'm always in fear that I'm pronouncing his name wrong perpetually. And I don't know what. Again, if I had to make any complaint about the game, it would be the fact of it is a bit dark, so you can't see exactly what you're doing, which I suppose is intentional, really. Alright, I don't think Lala's outside. I think the only reason we kept that closed was to keep Dipsy at bay. Oh, I love that. That's sort of like a spin-up version of the 5 Nights at Tubbyland 3, the menu music. Memo, get out, the end. I'm very impressed with how this game looks. It's amazing how much different a game can look when it's given a bit of a facelift. And obviously he's redone the title screen. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that there. Sorry if this episode wasn't very factual. I'm doing these all in one go. I think this is probably going to be one of the weaker episodes. It will get better as it goes on. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this episode of RenderTech Classic, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, everybody.